Hey, this is Josh. Today I'm going to be reviewing the TENVIS JPT3815W wireless network camera. The content includes a mounting bracket with hardware, a power adapter, a Cat 5e Ethernet cable, a very thorough quick start guide, and camera software along with one IP wireless camera. You can see the IR lights all the way around, the LEDs. Those help you be able to use the night vision effectively at night. You can see here you've got a speaker, and this does have two-way audio, so it's got a mic and a speaker so you can communicate both ways. It also has motion detection, so if it detects motion it'll start recording or take snapshots. On the back here you've got your Ethernet port to plug it in. You've also got your power port over here, and if you'd like to connect an external audio such as a speaker, you can do that over here on the left. Flip it over on the bottom. If you choose to just have it sitting on a flat surface, it's got three rubberized pads. On the bottom you'll see there's a screw-in base. That's to connect to your adapter here if you want to mount it to a ceiling. A lot of people hang them upside down in a corner in the ceiling so that it can swivel all the way around, or even in the middle. It has a pan of vertically of 270 degrees, and it also tilts 90 degrees. Alright, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is get started setting this up. First thing I'm going to do is grab an Ethernet cable. You can use the one that came with it over here, or I've got a little bit longer one that I'm going to use that reaches my router better. I'm going to plug one end into the camera, the other end into the router. Then I plug in the power here, plug the other end into my camera. You can see the lights light up on the back there. The next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is install the software from here. The main thing I'm interested in is the search tool. Alright, after you've got the CD loaded, go ahead and download the search tool. It'll pop up on your desktop. Go ahead and double click that to open it. Should search and show up with your IP camera. Here's the name. There's your IP address for the camera and port number. Down the bottom left, click the checkbox that says Set up Cameras Network Settings. It's automatically checked here to say Get IP by DHCP Server. If you want to assign your own IP number to your camera, which I suggest you can, but if you don't know what you're doing, just go ahead and leave that that says Automatically Get IP by DHCP. I'm also going to click on Auto Adjust. What that does is it looks like it assigns an IP address to it. So it basically does the same thing that I was going to do. If it's going to do that, what I'm going to do is assign my own, since I know what I'm going to want it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and change the last two numbers. I'm also going to change the port numbers to something else that I'm going to remember as well. And then I'm going to click Apply. Now you don't have to do any of this. If you want to just make it easy, just leave the box up here checked and you'll be just fine. But either way, click Apply. And then your IP camera is going to restart with the new settings, so it'll take just a moment while your camera cycles through. As soon as your camera is rebooted and cycled, you're going to have an internet browser pop up. Your default username and password are on the bottom of the camera. Mine are admin, and the password is admin. Go ahead and do that. Click enter. Now you've got an introduction screen here. You can either choose to open up to view the camera in Internet Explorer. If you're on an iPhone, iPod, or iPad, you can use that. A mobile phone such as Android here. And then you've also got an ActiveX plugin that you can download and then use Internet Explorer. I'm just going to use Firefox for now. And as you can see, we've got a live wired connection. So I'll go ahead and use these controls over here, and you can see there's my monitors in my office. Next thing I'm going to do, you can go ahead and view these different controls on your own. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'm going to click in the bottom right here, the gears. This is going to bring you to your setup screen. These are all the controls for the camera itself. I'll go through some of them, but I'm not going to go through all of them. You can go to NTP settings and change your time zone. I'm going to go ahead and change it to that. Click Save. But main ones I'm going to be concerned with are your network settings. If you click on IP config, this is just going to give you all your camera information that we set up earlier. So you can just make sure everything's fine there. Also want to make sure that universal plug and play is checked and enabled, which it is. Then I'm going to go to Wi-Fi settings. You're then going to want to find your network in the list below, select it, and then click Connect. You're then going to enter in your network password and click Apply. I'm going to go ahead and click on DDNS. Now what this allows you to view, this is a link that you can use to view your camera when you're away from your home network. So I'm going to open that up in a new tab, and it brings up the username and password again, just like before. So I'm going to plug that in, and it brought up the same screen. So now you can use this exact method. Just remember that web address, and you can view your camera from anywhere in the world on an internet browser, which is really kind of cool that they have a free DDNS feature. Otherwise, you'd have to worry about setting up port forwarding on your router and all of that. With the free DDNS, you don't have to worry about that. You can then go into alarm settings, mess with all that. You can change motion detection, all the different settings there. You can choose to be emailed if it alerts your camera with an alarm, and you can upload video data to an FTP server if you know how to do that. There's also options for multiple cameras that you can view through the same program here. But that's basically it for now. I'm going to go ahead and unplug my Ethernet cable from my router to make sure that it is indeed working wirelessly. Give it just a moment here. Alright, and there we go. I am controlling this wirelessly. You can see that I've unplugged it from the back of my router over here. So we're running wirelessly, no problem. I've got this filming through the internet here, and I'm going to go ahead and go upstairs. I've got the camera set up just sitting on top of the kitchen cabinets. So I'll go up there, walk around, give you a little bit better view of it. I'll also go outside and show you as well. Alright, so as you can see here, you're able to see me just fine. Keep in mind that I have pretty slow DSL as well, so it may be kind of choppy. I have it set on 30 frames per second, but if you have cable modem or something like that, it's probably going to be a lot faster for you. Alright, so here's a view from outside on my back porch. Just give you an idea, I'll just go ahead and pan around here. I'm controlling it from my computer. So as you can see, it puts off a decent image. Able to see clear around. Now this isn't rated to be put outdoors. It's not waterproof or anything, but I mean, you could sure leave it out here or something if, say, your kid was playing in the backyard or something like that. So it functions just fine. I could also put it inside my screen door here and just have it pointing outside at night. Keep in mind that you're going to want to keep your IR infrared off though, because it will reflect off of the window if you're shining it outside. But yeah, I'm satisfied with it. I'll go ahead and give you a shot of inside the garage where it's dark too, just so you can get an idea of how the infrared works. Alright, here we go. I've down in my office operating it from the garage here. You can see that the IR lights are indeed working. No lights are turned on in the garage. You can see up there, lights are off, and it is putting out a decent amount of IR LED. So hopefully this gives you a better idea of what this camera can do. This review was done by Josh. I did receive a product sample for test and evaluation, and I promised to report a fair and honest review.